April 2026. A luxury cruise ship leaves Argentina for Antarctica. More than 150 passengers from 23 countries are on board. Scientists, tourists, retired couples, adventure travelers. At first, everything feels perfect. People are dancing, taking photos, watching icebergs drift through the freezing ocean. But then, one passenger suddenly develops a fever. A few days later, he dies. Then another passenger gets sick, then another. Soon, panic spreads across the ship. And when doctors finally discover what is causing the deaths, the world goes silent. Hantavirus, a rare virus with no approved cure, no approved vaccine, and in some cases, a mortality rate approaching 50%. Suddenly, this cruise ship becomes one of the most feared places on Earth. Countries begin refusing entry, passengers are trapped at sea, and the world starts asking one terrifying question: could this become the next pandemic? The ship departed from Ushuaia, Argentina, one of the most southernmost cities on Earth. Its destination, the frozen wilderness of Antarctica. This wasn't an ordinary vacation. Passengers paid thousands of dollars to experience towering glaciers, violent southern oceans, and one of the most isolated regions on the planet. But Antarctica has always been dangerous. More than 100 years earlier, legendary explorer Ernest Shackleton became trapped in Antarctic ice during his famous endurance expedition. His ship was crushed by ice. His crew survived for months in complete isolation. Back then, Antarctica tested human survival. Now, it was testing modern medicine. About 5 days into the journey, a 70-year-old Dutch passenger begins feeling sick. At first, the symptoms seem harmless: headache, fever, fatigue. But within days, his breathing becomes difficult. Then suddenly, his condition collapses. On April 11th, he dies aboard the ship. Passengers are shocked, but not terrified. Not yet. Cruise ships experience medical emergencies all the time. Most people continue enjoying the voyage. But then, his wife becomes sick too. After leaving the ship, she collapses at an airport in South Africa. 1 day later, she dies. Now the situation becomes impossible to ignore. Something dangerous is spreading. On May 2nd, health authorities finally identify the cause: Hantavirus. For decades, this virus remained mostly unknown outside scientific circles. Unlike COVID, Hantavirus does not usually spread easily between humans. Most infections happen through rodents, especially through rat urine, droppings, or contaminated dust particles. But there was one terrifying detail. The strain found on the ship was believed to be the Andes strain, the only known form of hantavirus capable of human-to-human transmission. Suddenly, this wasn't just a medical mystery anymore. It was an international emergency. News headlines exploded across the world. A deadly virus outbreak at sea. Passengers trapped aboard cruise ship. No approved vaccine. Fear spread faster than facts. The timing made everything worse. The world still remembered COVID-19. Lockdowns, mass deaths, global panic. And now, another mysterious virus was appearing on an isolated ship far away from help. Social media exploded with conspiracy theories. Some claimed it was a bioweapon. Others believed governments were hiding information. But scientists kept repeating the same message. This is not another COVID, because Hantavirus spreads very differently. COVID spreads through the air very easily. Hantavirus usually requires prolonged close contact. In fact, scientists say many infected people never spread it to anyone else. Still, the mortality rate terrified people. Some forms of hantavirus pulmonary syndrome kill nearly 1 out of every 2 patients. And without a proven cure, doctors can only provide supportive treatment, meaning survival depends heavily on your immune system. As fear spread, the cruise ship became politically dangerous. No country wanted responsibility. Some ports refused docking permission. Passengers remained trapped at sea, uncertain whether they were infected. Imagine the psychological pressure. You are stuck on a ship in the middle of the ocean. People around you are getting sick. News channels are calling your ship a floating outbreak zone, and nobody knows what happens next. Eventually, Spain allowed the ship to dock in the Canary Islands. Medical teams boarded the vessel. Passengers were screened and quarantined. But the story revealed something much bigger. Even in 2026, the world still fears pandemics. Ironically, Hantavirus is not new at all. Scientists have known about it for nearly 70 years. The virus first gained attention during the Korean War, when thousands of soldiers became mysteriously ill. Later, major outbreaks appeared in the American Southwest during the 1990s. Researchers eventually discovered an important pattern. Rodent populations explode after heavy rainfall in climate events like El Niño. More rats means more opportunities for the virus to spread. And climate change may increase these risks in the future. But despite decades of research, there is still no universally approved vaccine, which is why prevention remains critical. Experts recommend avoid contact with rodents, seal homes and storage areas, wear masks in dusty, contaminated spaces, and never ignore symptoms after possible exposure. In the end, this outbreak did not become another global pandemic, but it exposed something important. Modern civilization is still fragile. A single virus on a single ship in one of the most remote places on Earth managed to alarm the entire world. More than a century ago, Antarctica challenged humans through ice, storms, and isolation. Today, the dangers are different. Viruses, global travel, misinformation, fear. And maybe the scariest part is this: the next global health crisis may not begin in a laboratory or a city, but somewhere nobody expects, far away from the world, in silence, on a ship drifting through the frozen waters of Antarctica.